LaGuardia Lounge, episode 17? 18. My God. 18, right? That's how old you just turned, right, Mike?
That is exactly how old I just turned. Exactly. Yes. I actually have a friend who was born on a leap year, so his birthday is February 29th. Right. And, he's probably, technically, 15 years old.
Right, he's Frederick from Pirates of Penzance.
Pretty much, yeah.
Right? Was that a paradox? Right? Was that the paradox? Paradox, yeah. Paradox? The most ingenious paradox?
Indeed.
Right? He was born on leap year.
Where are you, Dan? You seem to be in a different room
I am
today.
in a different room. I'm home alone, and so I've got dogs in crates that are whimpering, birds in cages that are screeching. So I'm in my daughter's room. I've closed the door.
Oh my gosh. Right.
What do you got? A toucan or something? What do you got in there?
No, she's just a goffin. She's much louder than she is big.
She's very loud.
She is very loud. She is a small big bird. She's she's a parrot, but she's a very small parrot.
Gotcha.
And so she's sort of more like a half a parrot. And she's very sweet, but she is it's a lot. And by the way, I'll tell you this, they are very good single dude pets, birds.
Yeah?
Yeah, totally, because what they want to do is, they want to sit with you and watch the game and drink the coffee and read the paper. That's really what they want to do. They want to just hang around, sit on your shoulder, you put them on the chin, they hang around. They're really pretty easy like that. Though they do want to chew the shit out of everything.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Totally. No, I mean, we have no furniture that is not bitten.
Not chewed upon.
No, my wife's rattan kitchen chairs are ruined. Right,
I'm sure they love the rattan. That
totally.
Makes sense. That makes sense.
Old dining room table that was my grandmother's is now not. I don't own any shirts.
Completely destroyed.
Completely destroyed.
Shirts.
Wow. She just rips them.
Slippers.
She just rips them, and that's the story there. Right.
So who's our guest this week?
This is a good one, I think. I'm excited about this one.
I think so too. She.
Oh yeah.
What year did she come in?
I don't know. We'll have to ask her. I thought
we'll have to ask her.
I have a freshman, but we're going to bring her in right now. And you know who it is? It's Jenny Diamond.
Jenny Diamond in the house.
Jenny, were you a Brooklyn girl?
I grew up in Brooklyn Heights.
Ah, okay.
Okay, we're getting somewhere.
I know. And how did you hear about
Pardon my disguise. I have an aversion to globalists, and I don't want them to recognize me and see that it's me. So I have.
What does that mean exactly? Explain that. Let's dive into that one.
Oh gosh, well, you know about the surveillance grid that's being installed, right?
Yes, and it's already in place, I believe.
Already in place, right? So you have to find different ways to hide if you want to keep your privacy in some level.
Interesting.
So
you're afraid that AI is going to collect your image and use it?
No, I don't want to be tracked. You need to wear a disguise every day. Soon I'll probably be donning something. I'm just kidding.
I have to confess.
It was a joke. I was
kidding. No,
it's
no big deal. I have to confess, because part of it is I'm taking you seriously. I don't know about these two. I actually worry about this kind of stuff a lot. I really do. I just don't know what to do about it.
I just showed you.
Yeah.
Just get a disguise.
Where you wear a disguise?
Get whatever. The Lone Ranger.
Right. I don't know. I want to live off the grid. That's what I need. I need a couple. I need a lot of money, and then I promise you,
You don't need a lot of money to live off the grid, but.
Oh, I do.
Grow your own food.
Right.
I do. Need a lot of money, live off the grid. And right?
What are you going to do with that money when you're off the grid?
Don't confuse me with the details.
Confuse me with the details.
I think the whole point of off the grid is low money, no money.
Right.
You want to get away from the globalists. You want
to
raise your chicken and.
Right.
Gotcha.
No, I'm thinking more like the Bozeman, Montana survivalist type.
Oh yeah.
Those guys with the private airstrips. No, I don't either. Not in my future. Not at these prices, right?
So, Jenny, you're in Brooklyn Heights. You're in junior high school. Public school?
No, I went to private school.
You went to private school? Okay. And
I went to
how do you...
Packard, if you need to know.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
Packer Collegiate Institute, yes.
I know.
Okay, I've never heard of that. Someone fill me in.
It's a good school, fancy private school.
Damn good school in Brooklyn?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
Yes.
So you're there, and when do you first hear about the Fame School?
Well, the movie came out and everybody saw that movie. Well, anybody who had any kind of inclination towards the arts at all auditioned for that school. I mean, I don't know if you know the figures or if you remember the figures, but I think it was something like 14,000 in our year that auditioned for 700 spots.
Really?
Yep.
I have never heard that before.
I believe that's correct. And then
Wow.
Good for us.
Everybody give themselves a pat on the back.
drama was like 3,000 just out of that 14,000. 3,000 were for drama, and they took like 30, I think.
No shit.
Wow.
Oh yeah,
That's
right,
pretty
they did.
cool.
That is
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Amazing.
Do you know what the numbers are these days? Bet
No,
they're
I'm
up.
sure it's way less than that. I mean, the movie's long gone, the TV show, it's
And I guess there are alternatives. I mean, we talked about this. I don't know if we talked about it on the show, but I know we talked about it on some of the social media areas. When we went our years, they had just merged the two schools, and at that time, that was sort of the beginning of what they now refer to as beacon programs, which a lot of people believe is a primer for privatization, school vouchers, this kind of thing. And there were a lot of people, I don't know if anybody remembers, but I was sort of wired to that because I was always interested in that sort of stuff. That there were a lot of people complaining that it was a problem, not so much because they were merging the schools, though that brought issues with it, but because what it was going to mean for what I'm saying, which was this creation of a beacon program that would then lead to privatization and school vouchers, which would ultimately leave your local school SOL.
Gotcha.
That was the deal with that. What did you
I think I
audition
remember
with,
you
Jenny?
I'm sorry?
What was your audition piece?
I'm not sure. We had two pieces, right? We had to do two monologues.
We did.
Yeah.
She did, yeah.
I'm pretty sure one of them was the monologue from the Fantastics. I guess I'm really into birds. Somehow they keep coming back in
And you
my
cried and cried and cried. That one?
Yes, that one.
That one?
Okay. Yeah.
Great monologue.
And there was another one, something about a war. I really don't remember, but I remember that was my callback for
Oh, nice.
Mr. Escow.
She remembers the callback.
Okay.
Yeah, can I talk about that for a second?
Please.
Of course, please.
So I remember, of course, this whole thing is extremely nerve-wracking. And I remember going in there, and I remember starting that monologue. I'm sorry, I wish I knew what it was. But I remember, you know how you have like a sixth sense? And I was kind of sensing that it wasn't going that well. I wasn't really captivating them. Like something inside of me, there was this split moment where I knew, I got to get this
Back on
make
track.
this happen. So I remember I looked up and I looked in the distance and I bugged out my eyes and I just started yelling the rest of the monologue. And I finished it, just got really loud and really intense. And then Mr. Esco said, "That took a lot out of you, didn't it?" And I was like, nah, there's nothing.
That's great.
And I guess it worked out because, there
Good
we
for
were.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You bet. No, I like it. I always had the sense of you that you were, they say personal power is the term, that you had some ability to rainmake, that you were able to kind of get things done, effective person. That was always my sense. And I love that idea by the way, that's a life lesson. We were talking about that last week, life lessons is that you're up on stage, it isn't working. And instead of curling into a ball, you turned it on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really wanted to go there. So,
Who was your freshman teacher?
Miss.
Right.
Okay.
So she was with Sky and that whole crew.
Yep.
Right.
Okay.
Mike Davidson, Sean Bahari.
Yes. He lived nearby.
Who else was in that class?
Oh, we have a very long list, actually. I could pull it up.
Of that class?
Yes, sir. Give me 1 second.
Curious about that.
I mean, this has been one of the ongoing topics of conversation for us. This has been a through line for us.
Right.
About who was in each of the freshman acting classes, and memory is.
Mr. Yusim was really strict, and he was amazing, I thought.
And what do you remember about that year, that first year?
Yeah.
He was very tough on us. I mean, he was this serious Russian Stanislavski.
Right, he had studied with Stanislavski, didn't he? I feel like he had direct.
I feel like that can't be possible. Stanislavski died in like the 1930s.
Is that so?
Yeah,
then?
but that was his training.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I feel like he was directly related to that school. I don't know why.
Maybe a relative or maybe a student or something to that
just
effect.
Whatever. I just feel like he was very much. He surely was a fan of Stanislavski.
All right, tell me if these people. You know what? This is a great idea. If Jenny's recall is good, she can let us know who was in her class and who wasn't off of this list. Sean Bohari?
What if I get?
Well, no, just do your best. Do your best.
No,
because we think there's a couple on here that might have been in our class, but we're trying to figure it out. Okay. Sean Bohari, Mike Davidson.
Yes.
Sharif Kelly.
No, he was ours.
He was in our class, right?
Yeah.
You bet.
Yeah.
Okay, so we had Sharif. Jeremy Rivera.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
David Calloway.
Yes, I think so.
Mike Ruskin.
Yes.
Philip Mell.
Yes.
Peter Westra.
Yes.
Terrence was in our class.
Yeah, that has to
Terrence
be
was in our class.
Tracy Keating.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Vanessa Proctor.
Sounds familiar.
Now this one I think was in our class too, but I could be mistaken. Alexandra Adair. Wasn't she with us?
Yes.
Right?
She was.
I remember Alexandra. Whether she was in our class or not necessarily, but I remember her very well. And she was only there for like a year and left, right? Not even.
Well, she was there sophomore year, I think.
She didn't make it all the way.
Sophomore year?
She was in our sophomore class.
Deborah, who was on our show earlier, she had she wrote a book. She's like a punk rocker.
Yeah, she wrote a book. It's supposed to be great. I want to get a copy of it still.
Chelsea Hotel and all that.
Yeah, Jocelyn Mason.
Yes.
Carla Buranelli.
Yes.
Lynette Strauss.
Yes.
Sky Gable.
Yes.
Marsha Mansour.
Yes.
Yunjin Kim.
Yes.
Shakai Shepard.
Yes.
Marsha McGregor.
Yes.
Federici.
Yes.
Keisha Miller.
Yes.
Karen Cardinale.
Yes.
Lacey Labinger.
Oh, she might have been with us.
Sound familiar to
I
me.
think she might have been with us too.
She might have been with us.
No, Dan?
I don't think so, but I don't remember.
No. Laura Castillo was with us, right?
Laura
she
Castillo
was with us.
Definitely in ours.
Yeah. And J.C. Mellon?
Yes.
I don't remember J.C. Mellon.
You don't?
No.
I had a phone conversation with her 2 years ago, maybe.
Really? Did she
She's in LA,
graduate?
yes.
She graduated?
I don't think she finished school.
Okay.
No, but she's in LA.
Because that name does not ring a bell at all.
Were you guys friends?
My apologies.
Friendly, yes.
What brought about that you were talking to her?
I don't know if I could get into that right now.
Ah, okay.
Oh, okay. Confidential. I love it.
Yeah, sorry.
Right. I remember JC. JC, actually, we knew a lot of the same people prior. So we actually, JC and myself and actually several, I hung out with a lot of people not from high school. And she was in that circle.
Gotcha.
Which was sort of
okay.
fun. Yep. JC.
All right, so that class, you seems class was very big.
Yeah, big class.
That was a good class.
Is ours that big?
I think it probably was.
I guess it must be, but it didn't feel that big.
I think it probably was.
I think there were only 2 classes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, freshman year 2, sophomore year 3, correct?
Yep, I think so.
Yeah.
And then Jenny, you were a professional on the outside, weren't you? You did. I know you did some. You had a band. You performed. You did.
Oh God! Oh yeah.
Yeah, you had a band.
You had like a wedding band that you guys actually worked. I don't know that you were.
Well, we were made fun of
for being like a wedding band. Oh, I thought that's what you did. I thought you guys actually really worked. I thought you guys really.
No. I mean, we worked in. We did some recordings and stuff, but we were not a real wedding band. That was just we were being made fun of.
Well, sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's fun. But that was a lot of fun. So I was actually working on music all the time, even though I was in the drama department. I spent a lot of time working on recordings and singing. And so, yeah. But I had a manager when I went into school.
You did?
And
Okay. I love getting into this
did. I
stuff.
think we're
And
not
I was always
supposed to
so
do that,
jealous of
though.
you people.
Well, it had to do with, I mean, before I went into school, I was involved in some like children's acting classes and
Gotcha.
kind of, I don't want to say grooming, that's like a terrible word,
Well,
but
yeah.
well, grooming to become a professional. So
Gotcha.
I got a manager that way. And I was doing some auditions and I got a couple of print things and voiceover things. And then by accident, I went to an audition late and the manager got really mad at me and she said she gets in trouble for that. And, that we were through. So,
Oh my God.
and that was it. And then I didn't have another manager after that for that. I just finished up school. So,
Gotcha.
I mean, what the hell kind of manager does that after you're late for
Well-
one audition? That's ridiculous.
I don't know. Like I said, what she said is that she got in a lot of trouble for me being late, and I guess she didn't want to deal with it. I was
Wow.
not. Yeah, you know how people are can be in the profession. Like they'll close the door and you're
I know.
1 minute late. You know that. So
Yeah.
it was one of those things. It wasn't a minute. It was maybe half an hour or something, and she got very, very angry and said I'm tearing up the contract. So.
Oh my God. I
Yeah.
shake
So
my fist at that person.
Yeah, exactly. That does lead us to the next question. Mike was saying he would shake his fist at that person. The next question would be, do you feel like your experience at the school prepared you for the professionalism of what you were going after?
Well, I kind of switched gears. So,
Did you while we were there?
yes, actually. So, at the end of school, I started to do some opera singing. I began my studies with opera. So I went in a different direction there. So basically that experience was the end of my acting, let's say.
Acting thing? Gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, what I found was I would go to these auditions and it seemed like more often than not, the goal was to act like a complete fool. And it was really embarrassing. I guess it was like commercials and stuff. I had to, it wasn't acting to me. It wasn't serious. It wasn't, I mean, at least the things that I was sent on were just like clowny type things. And I didn't enjoy it. I thought it was fun.
I feel you. Because for the past few years, whenever I would get a commercial audition, I would cringe because what they would ask me to do. And some of them were just so ridiculous. And you can ask my sons, I drove them insane because they had to deal with my rage.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was terrible. But you know what? I got a different perspective on them now. And now I actually kind of enjoy doing them. Very weird. But something happened within the past year that like kind of changed my outlook on them, I guess, if you will. But I feel your pain, believe me.
Yeah, I mean, I was so young at the time, and
Yeah, especially when you're young.
that probably, yeah, being a teenager, I didn't want to be seen that way. I guess it wasn't cool. The things that we had to do for these different companies, it wasn't cool, and I didn't enjoy it. It was embarrassing, actually.
Gotcha.
So when she said that's it, I didn't care too much. It was fine with me. I wasn't liking Tampax auditions and to get excited about that. It was not. It wasn't what I thought everything was about. It wasn't my thing. So
were you training to do opera ahead of that? You see, I feel like that's what I'm saying. I feel like you did have sort of a lush creative background going on at the time, because opera isn't something you come to late in life. I mean, you can, but you won't get very far.
Well, so I had always been singing all along, and going to the acting department was actually kind of a fluke. Can I tell you that story?
Yeah, tell you, of course.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So I had auditioned for 3 departments. I did singing, acting, and dance. which was a complete disaster, even though I'd been dancing for like 10 years.
Really? But the audition was just a disaster?
I was like Elaine, like they asked you to do the different combinations. It was like so much all at once. Like, wow, it was really, really bad. I was like, wow, I guess I'm not a dancer.
I got a funny story about that for hip hop with my kids.
It was really, anyway, it didn't matter.
No dance.
No dance.
No dance.
The singing audition, I completely aced. That went great.
Huh.
And I guess the acting audition, like I was able to pull it together the last minute. So I guess, this story goes, my mom randomly called the school after hearing that I was accepted to singing and acting, the vocal department and the drama department. She had called and she asked where I should go. What would the right place be for me? So for some reason, the switchboard put her with Mr. Eskow.
Oh, wow.
And he was chatting with her and he said, well, if she wants to be in classical music, she should go to the vocal department. But if she wants to be in show business, she should come to the drama department. So he really sold it.
Really?
And the next thing you know, I was a drama student.
That's incredible, because I would not have thought he was. First off, he seemed like the kind of guy that would have been annoyed at the switchboard operator for putting the call through. Just let's start with that, But that he took the time to talk is really. I would not have guessed that.
That is amazing.
Wild.
Yeah,
wow.
Was very
so that was it.
So
your mom made the decision. She said, "I like this guy."
Yeah.
Right.
And now,
decisions like that.
Is that right?
So now, once you're in acting class and you're doing all these heavy exercises and you're getting deep into Stanislavski with the rest of us, are you regretting your decision?
No, not at all. It was because I had an acting coach in order to do the audition.
Yeah, sure. Like you said, you had gone to a school when you were younger and stuff, so you were still passionate about it.
Absolutely, I enjoyed it very much, certainly.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you were interested in show business.
Right.
That was larger than being this or that or the other.
Right. I wanted to be in show business.
So why opera? Where does opera fit into this?
My mom made me do it.
She said your voice is so damn good, girl, you gotta sing opera?
Well, so at the time, it's funny, like everything all of a sudden appears when it was blocked out. So at the time, so after that mishap with this manager, I wanted to go into pop music.
Okay.
So I started writing songs and recording. I met with a composer and we made a demo tape and I started shopping my demo around and I wound up actually getting a record contract, an offer with a small record company based out of Staten Island.
Out of Staten Island?
Yes.
My hometown.
It was two Italian gentlemen.
They were Italian? Get out of here.
From Staten Island, here we go.
They were very interested in my recording, Love's Like a Yo-Yo. That's what it was.
Love's Like a Yo-Yo.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the deal with that is that at the time, like, imagine Tiffany, do you remember?
Of course.
Sure,
absolutely.
Deborah Gibson.
Yes.
So you had to go to dance clubs and lip sync to your track, and you would have to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Into the wee hours of the night, on school nights. So my parents stepped in and they said, you are not signing this record contract. You will not be performing in dance clubs in the wee hours of the night. So
I kind of get it.
It's completely understandable.
I mean,
that was very sad for me. I was very disappointed.
Sure.
And then also at the time I was, sending this demo around, and a lot of the feedback at the time, because of the style and the way things were, was that my voice was not good for pop music because it was too distinctive.
Mm.
Now that changed,
interesting.
of course.
Right, but they wanted to auto-tune in those days.
In the 80s, the singing was not paramount. It was, can you dance and look good? Now we just found out I couldn't dance, so or not
Not well
not
enough.
well enough. But I had a very resonant voice, and it was distracting in pop music. It wasn't
Interesting.
something that,
Really?
yeah, right. You need to be part of the song, not where your voice sticks out so much. I mean, that was the
Gotcha.
feedback.
Huh.
That was the feedback at the time.
Wow.
Yeah.
So my parents were like, well, if they think she's got too good a voice for pop music or too resonant voice, what about opera?
It all makes sense
Interesting.
now.
Right. And so I hope I'm not boring everybody to death.
No, this is what we
not
do.
at all. This is what we're talking
fascinating. I mean,
about.
like, yeah,
So
we never hear stories like this.
Great. So my parents called Juilliard
Oh, wow.
and asked for the list of voice teachers at the school. And my mom looked it over. So, tiny little bit of background. My mom wanted to be an opera singer, and she worked very hard towards it, but a lot of things got in the way, and she didn't pursue it enough. So,
Okay.
the torch fell onto my shoulders, and I had to fix that problem. Let's put it that way.
Interesting.
Yeah, I had to remedy that. So my mom looked at this list from Juilliard, and she goes, I recognize that name, that lady. She was a famous opera singer. Her name was Rose Bampton.
Okay.
And they're like, okay, so my dad found her phone number back then. You could, call information and get somebody's phone number, and called her up and asked if we could do an audition for her, if I could sing for her. And at the time, I think I was around 16. So I was maybe a junior in school. And she agreed. She said yes. And I went to an apartment with my father. Now, my father, antique dealer, or used furniture dealer in the Bronx. And we went to an apartment on 57th Street. And it looked like something out of Mozart's Marriage of Figaro. It was all Baroque and Rococo. It was like a double height ceiling, elevator onto the floor, and
oh my gosh,
she had a maid, and we went in there, and my father's jaw hit the floor. He just couldn't believe. I mean, she was married to a famous conductor at the time, and she had her big career. So she had like one of the most incredible apartments. I think I remember it was 322 East 57th Street, which is a pretty famous building, and it had a loft in it, and it was just breathtaking. So my father was like, we're gonna do this. Work. Practice, practice, practice. He was just so excited. He wanted me to live in like this fantasy palace life, which he apparently seemed to, do. To see the incredible life in New York. And so that was it. While I was finishing school, I changed direction and went full steam ahead with opera. So
okay, so you changed direction like while you were still in the drama department with us at LaGuardia. Did the change in direction in your mind, did it color or affect the rest of your LaGuardia experience in any way, positive or negative?
Well, Stanislavski loved opera.
He did.
Yes. And there is a school of thought on how to sing opera with that technique. So it was actually perfect. I used my training to help develop characters in opera. I think it's necessary. You have to use your imagination and figure out the given circumstances. You remember those things. So it was perfect, actually. It was probably better that I was a drama major. I mean, of course, I don't want to slight vocal majors, but it's probably better that I was a drama major for opera than if I had just been in the vocal department.
That is amazing.
And what did you do when you graduated? Did you go on to university? What did you do?
So I was working with Rose Bampton every week, and she felt that I was not ready for Juilliard at the time. So we applied for couple of colleges, and I didn't get into Vassar.
Me neither.
I get it waitlisted for NYU, and I got into Bard College.
Oh yeah.
Did you go to Bard?
I went to Bard
Wow.
for 2 years.
Really?
Wow.
I don't think I knew that.
I went to Bard, and it was wonderful. A wonderful school, but I spent most of my time in music. And I mean, I read all the things that you needed to read, and I was writing terrible papers because I wasn't good at that. It became pretty apparent that I was working on Lieder, it's called. So songs.
Oh yeah.
And opera arias in my spare time, and just trying to get through the schoolwork. Even though, I mean, I did enjoy it, it seemed like I needed to be in a more serious place. Although since then they have built a concert house and they've really expanded their offerings.
Bard has a tremendous arts program these days. They've really built it out. There's no question. And when you went, it was just beginning. It was
in a trailer.
Yep. No, I know. I know a lot of people that were there when you were there.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but however, I did have a good experience because Leon, who's the president, he was trying to do his conducting career. So I got to do some scenes from Don Giovanni with full orchestra, which was really nice.
Fun.
So, I mean, if I had stayed there, I could have done these really nice things. Instead, I was working with, actually, every week I would take the train in to do my voice lesson with Rose Bampton. So, and we were preparing for the Juilliard audition, where I got to sing in classrooms instead of, I mean, I was in one opera there, but I mean, of course, Juilliard was really rigorous and let's say necessary, but I could have done some nice things had I stayed at Bard. So, but
wow,
it's fine. I wound up transferring to Juilliard and doing my 2 degrees there.
Oh, so you did get to Juilliard.
I did.
Right.
I did a bachelor's.
Which would make it much easier, of course, to study opera and do all the rest of it.
Right. I did a bachelor's and master's there. So I spent 6 years there because they took like no credits from.
Right.
They didn't transfer any of the credits, right?
I had to fight for something like liberal arts class. I think it was literature and materials. And I was like.
Right. The least they could do was give for their bullshit academics, right?
Yeah. I was like, guys, I'm in class and people don't speak any English. Come on, you could give me these credits. I mean, that's just how it was. You know.
Is this our opera teacher?
Is that our Rose?
No. I mean, for the liberal arts classes, you have students from all over the world. Many of them, most of them, their first language is not English at Juilliard. It was more than 50% foreign student body at the time. So I'm sitting in a liberal arts class with people don't speak English well. They should give me the courtesy to take my classes from Bard that were actually
100%. I don't know why, but it is true. Is the art schools are in some ways more difficult than the other direction. When you leave the art school to go to the liberal arts school falls over itself to figure out how to not have you, how to give you your acting class, your dramaturg class as an English credit, so that at least you're not getting clobbered. Whereas the art schools definitely have this haughty notion that they should not give you anything at all.
Right. I mean,
so did you?
I fought and I wrestled and I got that.
Right.
Through,
I would think. But it sounds like you have active parents. Usually, active parents help on those
amazing
things.
I wanted to raise my hand and go, "Wow, your parents are very involved in your high school years."
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They were, yes. It was
very awesome.
To them.
Was there? I mean, when it became clear, at least at that part in the path where the feedback you got about your voice being better suited for other stuff besides pop music, was there ever any discussion or thought about, instead of opera, doing something like Broadway musicals? Or were you not interested in that?
Interesting.
Yeah, that's...
So I started with Broadway type things. I mean, so while I was in high school, I did a summer program, and I was Rizzo in Greece, which was really fun. And then
I could see her as Rizzo in Greece.
Absolutely.
Totally.
Joseph in the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, I was, I guess, the narrator.
That's the lead
I
role.
guess it could be either male or female. So, and then at the time, the wedding band people that I was working with, they were trying to do a Broadway show. So we were recording all kinds of things like that. But I didn't, no, I didn't pursue Broadway anymore. Interestingly, I guess we kind of left it behind. It went basically, we were doing that a little bit, and then acting school started, and then I wanted to do pop music, and it looked like that wasn't going to work out. Although who knows? I mean, maybe I could have just pushed ahead, but my parents were like, "No, that's that." And then we did the opera, and then that was basically the end of Broadway for me. Pretty much, I guess several years ago, I wanted to get back into things a little bit, but I never really did a Broadway audition. I did audition for Annie, like when that was a million years ago. I was one of the gazillion people who did a open call. I don't know if you guys ever did those. Remember those?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's funny you just said that, because I actually was going to say, the original narrator on Joseph was the original Annie on Broadway, whose name is escaping me. I want to say it was like Audra McArdle or something.
Andrea McArdle.
Something. She was, because it wasn't the Broadway version. It was the British version that came. And then I forget who picked it up. But vocally, there's obviously a connection between the two. Because that was the story with that. So did you perform opera? Did you get out there and do some opera?
I did. I did some nice gigs while I was at Juilliard. So I got to be a Valkyrie in the Canary Islands, which was really fun and amazing. And I did a lot of really nice kind of festivals. I was in the Aspen Festival for 2 summers, and there was a big festival in Japan. It was a Leonard Bernstein. So I got to do some singing there. I was covering Larina and Eugene Onegin. At the time when I was in school, I was singing mezzo. And so when I got to Juilliard, unfortunately, sorry to segue, but she had her little group of students, and one student started complaining about her because she was missing lessons. She had hurt, I think, her ankle or something, and she had to skip some lessons, and she offered to make them up at a later date. And I was fine with it. I liked Ms. Bampton. She was a really good teacher. By that time, I'd already spent 2 years with her. I knew her well, and I knew I'd get lessons later. But this student, she went berserk about it and went to the office and basically got her fired for that.
Just lost her.
And we suddenly had no teacher.
She's back.
So we had to get another teacher. And this is, I guess, a long, boring story that I don't need to get into. But we got another teacher. My parents to the rescue again.
Amazing.
Going into the president's office. And getting somebody hired that we liked, that we knew from a summer program.
What did your parents do?
Wow.
Well, her mother wanted to be a singer. Her parents were sort of parallel. You have to know, Jenny, and this is interesting, I don't know if you've paid attention to anything we've done, but everything we're talking about is sort of part and parcel with what we've talked about. I believe, and by the way, guys, correct me if I'm wrong, most people we've spoken to's parents didn't interfere. No. But you're the first one that I can recall that's parents you had stage parents. Sounds like at least a little bit. It sure sounds
like it, yeah.
At least a little bit.
I would say my mom was a stage mom.
Yeah, it sounds like it. It sounds again, my mother was very effective also, and if her kids wanted to do it, she was also not afraid to call and push, but was not particularly only because I wanted to do it and didn't have a skin in the game on it. You're the very first person was. So let me ask you this, just because it's something that's different. It's the same but different. Did that put pressure on you in a way, and how did that play out in your life? Right?
Yeah, there was a lot of pressure. My mom wanted. Yeah. Well, my father wanted to make my mother happy. Right. So it was a very tense situation. There was a lot on my shoulders in terms of making things good in the house. Like they needed a raison d'etre, and that was making a career for me. And I guess afterwards there's a lot of resistance with that, because it's like, where do I fit in with this? So Yeah, I mean, but I mean, I'm not alone. There are a lot of people in the profession
Oh, of
Sure.
who
course.
And of course, I'm
experience
sure your
that.
parents loved you and wanted
Oh,
what was
yes, yes,
best and all
yes.
that. And so nobody's getting, but it's interesting if you don't mind talking about it. I don't mind asking about it. Is that it's fascinating to me.
Yeah.
And so the question that I would ask is that at what point did that become one of the factors? Because you ain't singing opera now, and how did you turn off of being in the arts, and what role did
Well,
that play, and all
She's
that?
still singing, isn't she?
oh my goodness, yes.
Is that right? Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah,
realize you
she's
were
still
still
singing.
performing.
What's
Oh,
that?
I said I didn't realize you were still performing.
I'm trying to. I mean, I'm having some
But you
vocal
took off
issues.
though, didn't you? Have you been
Okay,
performing?
so yes, you are right
Yeah,
about that.
yeah.
So
So talk
you
about
want,
that.
should we jump to
Yes.
that?
Jump
Okay.
to it.
So we're jumping ahead like 20 something years.
Well, wait a minute. Then don't jump ahead. So wait a minute. So you're out of so then don't jump ahead.
Wow.
So fill in the blanks. You're in college. It's my fault. Oh, my fault, Mike. I'm sorry. So wait a minute. So you're in Juilliard. It took you 6 years. They got rid of your teacher. You got another teacher. You're singing. You
And
work.
that teacher, funny enough, tried to get me kicked out of school.
Nice.
So that was
Really? I bet your mom liked that.
Wow.
no, we got that teacher in school and she tried to get me kicked out of school, which was, well, maybe not. I mean, if she really wanted me to get kicked out, she could have, but she had me put on probation, which was really
Wow.
bad. And luckily, the wedding band person was like, just get another teacher. Like right. I have a thing where I'm very, very loyal. I am loyal to a fault. And when things were going south, it was time to move on. And luckily, he was like, just get somebody else. Don't worry about it.
hmm
So I did. And I spent many years with that teacher. He was wonderful. And actually, I was just recently studying with him again, but I think he said, okay, that's enough. He's like
Hmm.
almost 100 years old.
Really?
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but he was great and he helped me finish school. But I mean, at the time, like I said, I got into school as a mezzo and he felt that I was actually a soprano. So we finished school doing mezzo. And then afterwards, I was working with him to try to do the soprano repertoire. So,
Wow.
so I did a couple things. I did a Logicon. I don't know if you know what these things are in the regional place in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And a couple of concerts. And I guess so now we're going to move forward to where we stopped. I was doing a concert in Carnegie Hall, Wow Recital Hall, and I got in touch with a publicist. And the publicist was, I mean, I didn't sign anything, but they wanted a whole bunch of money every month. And they were supposed to get the New York Times to the concert so that I could get a review, but they didn't go to that. I guess they went to something else. And at the time, I was very disappointed, I guess. Maybe I'm just too idealistic, but I didn't want to get a publicist, even though people are like, you have to do that. It's just a normal thing. And I got mad about it. I got really mad, and I was getting older, and I was like, I got to have kids. What am I doing? Like, I really need to have children. So I put the singing on hold, and then it was time to start a family. And I did. I met somebody and started a family, and it was wonderful. And then when I have two girls, when these two girls, they guess didn't need me so much because I was really all in with this parenting.
hmm
I was like, you know what? I kind of miss singing. Let me see if I could try it again. Let me see if I can get my voice back. And I haven't gotten my voice back yet.
No, opera's tough. Opera is really, really tough. I'm not sure if you don't know, you don't know. But opera, I mean, you came to it a little late, I think, is if you know better. But it seems to me that people who are very, very serious about opera, some of them start singing very, very young before they're, when they're, they don't want to over push it. But you got to, by the time you're, beginning high school, 15, 16 years old, that they start to work on it. And then it takes 20 years from there to get anywhere on it. If I'm understanding, it's a very tough discipline, very tough on your voice. It's beyond a skill. I mean, it's like you have to have the genetics to do it, and then you've got to be able to exercise, practice. I supered at the opera. I supered at the Met and at New York City for years. Yeah, I actually like the opera. I actually like the opera quite a bit. Yeah, I mean, supering means spear carry. They call it supernumerary. It's like being an extra.
Right.
Oh, that's
so I did that. Yeah, it was by the way, it was a great job as an up and coming actor because it was at night. It didn't pay tremendously, but I forget what it paid. But if it paid me $50 a pop, that was enough. And but whatever, it was an hour or two. It was kind of fun.
You said super. You know what I thought, right?
No,
superintendent.
Right, superintendent. No, this is supernumerary.
Oh my God, he was cleaning bathrooms. He was,
Because the thing about opera is opera. I've always thought of it. It's like a moving painting, to some degree.
Yes.
That it's
Which
not.
brings me to something.
Please.
I did make a bunch of videos. I made a handful of opera videos while I was trying to work on my voice.
I think I watched one or two of them because I remember when you said you were having trouble with your throat, I think I remember that because I remember seeing a post about it.
Right. So I was making these videos in the interim.
Your voice is absolutely beautiful, by the way.
Thank you. So I'm definitely still singing but menopause happened and that could really wreak havoc on your singing. And some people don't make it through it and some people do.
Really?
So it really affects things a lot. So
your voice is precision. When you get to opera, it's very. I mean, again, Jenny, you can talk about it if you want, but you know better than I. But that was what I learned. I didn't know that it's incredible discipline. It's not a joke. It's like and it's like super fine tuned. Like your voice, everything is So it doesn't take much to disrupt, and then suddenly the average Joe may not be able to tell, but certainly everybody casting in the anybody who knows right away. So they're like, she's done.
Sure, or something like menopause. It won't matter in your day-to-day life. Maybe your voice is a little froggy, but when it's time to sing, all of a sudden things are like they're not so easy anymore, and things are kind of stiff. And then when things are kind of stiff, you try to overcompensate, and then that's when you really get into trouble. You start to push or try to force things, and then you start to wear yourself out. So it's really a tricky thing that you're in. So I mean, you could take hormone replacement therapy, which I tried, and I gained a ton of weight from it. That was horrible, so I stopped it. But and that isn't even always a cure. I mean, it was a little bit helpful, but I have to go on without it. So I mean, things get very brittle when you go into menopause. And like I said, some singers, they work their way around it and figure it out, and some have to stop performing. So
well, even rock and roll guys, you see them I saw Art Garfunkel. It's now a while ago, but he's not young, let's put it that way. And he'd had real vocal issues, and he was tremendous. My God, he was tremendous. And he really sounded like he said Bridge Over Troubled Water, and it was very much what you would expect to have heard. And he talked at length about the journey to do that and how important it was. And of course, he's a funny guy, but he's talking about the vanity that he just couldn't go out and not sound that way, and how much work did he have to put in, and all this kind of it's not a joke. It's like very tricky. And opera, as they say, is like the ultimate. You can't fake it. It's not like rock and roll where you can talk your way through it, or even Broadway where you can sort of play that game. Opera is serious business, and it's a muscle.
Is resonant and spinning and sounding good, or it's not.
Right.
So.
Right. So we got a little bit of time. Oh, there she is. What is the quote, Ed?
Now, Jenny, can you see this?
No, I see. Uploading will notify you when it's done. No.
Okay, so this is your yearbook photo, and it says, "I don't change minds, I change lives. Whatever your mind can conceive and believe, it will achieve. Make all your dreams come true." Wow, that's a damn good one, let me tell you.
Well put.
Oh, thanks. I was very much into positive affirmations at the time, and reading a lot of Joel Goldstein and other.
You haven't aged. You haven't aged. You look great, Jenny.
That's true.
You really do.
You really do.
Thank you.
There you
That's
go.
kind of you.
And I recall, Jenny, I remember my impression of you back when we were in high school is that you were like so much more focused than like most of us.
Yes.
And I was like, man, I mean, like, I thought I took this seriously, but Jenny Diamond, I mean, just look at her walking down the hall. She takes this fucking seriously.
Definitely.
Like, we
That's
don't
so
have our
true.
act together the way that she does.
Wow.
Does that surprise you?
Yeah,
It does?
it does.
Did you party at all the way we did?
Yeah.
You
I
did?
All right.
Well, freshman year was, Rocky Horror. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Eh? So Michael took me to Rocky Horror. What year was that? It was after we graduated.
That was senior year.
No? It was senior?
Yeah.
Mike was dating Columbia.
I was in 7th grade. The first Rocky Horror I went to was in 7th grade. First time I ever saw boobies.
That is
Really?
crazy.
Wow. That was The Deep for me. I think that was the first time I ever saw boobies. The Deep. Do you remember that movie?
No, I'm not talking about the movie. I meant in real life. I'm like, are there in the movie?
I don't mean to jump on you, but
Do.
there is a little story with that. So I was partying, and basically as soon as we got to school, and before Rosebampton, I was, as I told you, I was sitting with actually this Broadway singing teacher, who was a very serious guy, Gene McLaughlin, and I was singing. He was like, "No, I don't think so." So he went to go look in my throat, and he looked in my throat, and he goes, "Are you smoking pot?"
Really?
I was like,
He knew just from looking. Wow.
so, and I didn't do it. I mean, after that, it was
That
over.
was the end of it.
I was
Right.
done.
That was it.
That was it.
That was it. So I did it for a few weeks,
Really?
weekends with those Rocky Horror things, and then when he saw that, it was over.
So wait a minute.
No
Who
more.
was this guy? What did he do?
Gene McLaughlin was a well-known Broadway voice teacher.
Really? And he
Gotcha.
looked down your
Interesting.
throat and knew right
He
away?
looked
Wow.
down my throat and
Boy.
said to me,
You're
"Are
smoking
you
weed, young
pot?"
lady.
Unbelievable.
And yeah, and
Amazing.
so I mean, I didn't buy it. It wasn't.
Right.
It was
That is
given to
crazy.
me. I didn't. I
If
didn't have
you-
the wherewithal to be a dealer of any kind or whatever. It was
No.
just with everybody. It was like here, and that was back in the day. Which it's funny. Like if you talk to younger people now, millennials and down, that was back in the day when it didn't work. You guys remember that? You had to do it a couple
Few
of
times.
Right. No, sure. The first time you didn't get
Of
hired.
course.
Right. Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
first 3 times, I think, for me.
Right.
When
Yeah.
you tell a young person now, they think you're lying. They
That's
don't
funny.
believe-
Yeah, that's so true. I bought oregano on the Staten Island Ferry.
Okay.
Yes.
You did
I
what?
got the same stuff in Times Square. Right?
I can't believe I'm talking about this. This is so like.
Sometimes we let loose and we let the bad guys out.
I mean, this
Oh
is
my
this is
God.
So,
partly
it's a
what
great
the
show,
show is
but-
about.
But speaking of which, Jenny, you're running for.
Ah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What are you running for
Tell us about
again?
it. I don't want. We'll cut it out here. But I'm actually dying to know because I actually think, and this is serious, and everybody's saying it is absolutely so, and I don't think I'm alone. I know that we all agree that our perception of you is that you're very together. You were always very together. So I'm sure you're leading your town. I saw you were talking about they're putting a data center. Is that what's going on? And you're resisting?
No, there is a data center here. Actually,
it's already there.
the big Wall Street data center is actually in town.
Hmm.
But if they try to put another one in, so we had a giant skyscraper office building hotel that was torn down recently, and they were talking about turning it, as they talk about everything that gets torn down, they turn it into a warehouse. So I was
Oh,
thinking,
yeah.
wouldn't that be an ideal spot for a data center? And if that was proposed, if somebody ever handed me an envelope or a suitcase filled with cash, if I was elected to town council, which I don't know, that might be completely dead now. I don't do drugs anymore. Finished. That was a million years. I'm against it. I'm against medical marijuana, all of it. Get rid of it. If anyone were ever to approach me to vote yes on such a thing, I would absolutely blow them up on Facebook. I would name who it is. I would say how much money was
Right.
offered to me. They wouldn't get anywhere with me. So, yes, I would be against a data center in town.
But you
Absolutely.
have one already.
We have the big stock market one here. Yes.
Unreal.
But it's
Yikes.
hidden, surrounded by hydrangeas. You don't hear anything from it. It's quiet. It's not bothering anybody. So I guess
Okay.
there are different
Well, I
kinds of
assume
data
it's sucking the
centers.
power. I mean, that's the issue. Whether you see it or you don't, the real issue with it is the energy consumption on these things is
Right.
out of this world.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
you're right. It's funny you bring that up because our bills have gone up here a lot, and apparently there is some kind of a board who makes these decisions, and I actually emailed each one of them, and I don't think there are people there. They're ghosts. It's not a real. They don't answer. They don't
Hmm.
acknowledge or respond, but there are issues with the power in town. Apparently, former Governor Murphy sold a local power plant to private equity, and they're shielded by several LLCs, and they're out in Boston, and everybody's bill went up. So, I would tend or want to be a thorn in the
Right.
side of anybody who tries to continue on that path of fleecing people in the town, whether it's taxes or energy bills. I could certainly make a lot of noise and rattle cages about it. And that's why I'd like to be on the town council, because I will definitely get in the way of that as best I can.
Well, you'd have my
Right.
vote.
Killed.
You'd have my vote because I'm with you. I think that the world needs more people that are actually writing emails and answering their phone. That I think we've entered into a moment. It's not just politics, but it certainly is in politics, where it's like there's nobody on the other end, which I think is a very scary proposition. I really do.
100% agree. It's wrong. It's not the way things are designed here or originally designed. I don't feel.
No,
So,
I think you're exactly right. Well,
All right,
I got to tell you, Jenny,
Yet our
all
best
pretty good.
trained, best
But
educated,
that music
best
lets us
equipped,
know
prepared
that it is that time.
troops refuse to fight.
So we'll have you on
Matter of
again.
fact, it's safe to say
Good stuff.
that they would rather
Gentlemen,
switch
good to
Thank
see
you for
guys.
joining us,
Then
Jenny.
fight.
It's great to see
Yeah,
you.
phenomenal job. It's so
Absolutely,
good to catch up.
And we got our vote. Anybody in Mawa, get out there and vote for her.
Mawa, get out there.
thank you for having me.